Hello and welcome to this month's Maggie Moment. We've had a few emails from mums of boys, sort of tween boys who are asking sort of 10 to 13, I know 13 says already teen, who are struggling a little bit to understand the changes in their lad. So we're actually going to do two blocks. So this is the first one, helping you understand what's going on inside your boy, not just his body and the unpredictable moments of that, thing that stands up at breakfast time. But we need you to understand how you can support them on this transition journey and what's really important for you to understand because you've never done it as a boy. Now, remember, so this is probably okay for dads as well, but it's often mums who really, kind of get a bit confused in this window and want to know what can I do to support this transition from my boy. Okay, the very first thing is that hormonally, they've already been having these changes for quite some time, well before the physical changes. So you will have noticed a bit more sass and a bit more attitude at times, and sometimes quite irrational. You wouldn't have done much, and they've already you go, whoa, where's that come from? And that's why sometimes I get emails from mums who say, an alien stolen my boy because he was gorgeous a few weeks ago. So secondly, on top of that are those brain changes, and that's the ones where they start pruning off things to help your boy become a man one day, or it's the same with our girls. We've got to prune the brain a little to become an adult brain. So they do tend to act a little bit more like a 2 to 4 year old in the fact that they're not as patient with their siblings. They're a bit tetchy. They're a bit more forgetful. They'll be even more disorganised than most boys already are. So what we often do as mums is we come over the top, don't we? We sort of nag possibly a little bit more. Your bedroom's not tidy enough and that's not okay. And, oh, my God, you haven't eaten off a plate and don't speak to me so disrespectfully. And we kind of come down hard thinking that'll tighten them up and sort them out, when in actual fact, there's a lot of confusion going on in there and a sense of vulnerability because they haven't got a clue what's going on. So I need you to have conversations with your boys as a family to say some of these changes are going to make them feel quite vulnerable, and boys won't even necessarily know what that means. But also they're going to be a bit confused. So their body changes, their hormonal changes and their brain changes create behaviours in your son, which is about him trying to work out how can I be cool and okay and acceptable, and everything's changing. Now the person they often sort of dump some of that confusion and angst onto is often mum. Now, I don't want you to see that as a sign your son's turning into something awful. I want you to see that as a sign that he loves you deeply and you're the safest person for him to explore some of these big, ugly feelings. So keep that in mind always and know that in the next couple of years, it's going to be even more bumpy for him because there's more changes coming. Their emotions will get a bit more volatile, their moods will swing around, they'll get starving on a growth spurt. I just want you to walk beside your son knowing that you're his ally, and he is going to be trying to push you back because he's beginning the journey to manhood. So once again, if you've got father figures, a good dad, you work together with that. But there's these changes, once again, please don't come down too hard. I want you to think of practicing kindness, some compassion, and please don't sweat the small stuff. Just hold in with the big stuff and reassure them often in a non-verbal way how much you love them. So show them by cooking lots, having their friends around lots, laughing a lot, being a bit ridiculous, and being mum taxi without complaint. All of those things will keep the bondedness between the two of you strong, and they really need that on this journey to manhood. So I hope that's given you a few clues on how to handle this angsty world that happens with our beautiful lads as they start their journey over the bridge to become a man. And that's all for this part of talking about boys and mums.